Now at 6, Governor Abbott taps Minute Maid Park to be a new testing site, what you need to know. Plus, the governor also issues a warning about the upcoming flu season, why he's worried about a spike in cases.
New York's Attorney General wants to dissolve the National Rifle Association, but President Trump has a solution. The NRA moved to Texas. I'll break down the story.
Heat, humidity, and that daily downpour continues. I'll talk about your weekend forecast.
Plus, we connect the dots on why Halloween could look a lot different this year, if it happens at all.
From the KHOU 11 studios, this is H-Town Rush.
Right now, a lot of Texans are fired up about comments from President Trump. He suggested that the NRA move to Texas after the New York Attorney General filed a lawsuit to dissolve the organization. So this morning, we do want your thoughts on this hot debate. You can reach out, let us know what you think about it on our social media pages using the hashtag HTownRush. For now, it's Friday. Good morning. So glad you're up early with us. I'm Steph Simmons. Cheetah Craft is here as well. Cheetah, how is it looking out there right now?
You know, not bad. We are dry. We're calm and quiet, partly to mostly cloudy skies. I am expecting maybe about a 10, max 20% chance of a spotty shower, maybe a stray sprinkle by the afternoon. And let me show you on our future track, 4:30. There we go. There's a stray little shower. Now fast forward to tomorrow, and maybe about a 20 to a 30% chance of a few showers to an isolated thunderstorm. Not anything too impressive, even as we roll into your weekend. High temps today go to 97. Heat index value up to about 104 with an air quality alert today. We will talk more about that coming up in about 6 minutes.
Cheetah, thank you. Now for today's coronavirus headlines. Here's what we're tracking for you this morning. First up, Houston and Harris County reported the most deaths in a single day yesterday. Houston alone reported 23 deaths, bringing the total to 526. Nationwide, the virus has claimed more than 160,000 lives in the U.S. A new model predicts that number could approach 300,000 by the end of the year. And finally, Congress has not reached a deal on a relief bill. White House negotiators say they want to have an agreement by today. Governor Abbott announces Minute Maid Park will turn into a free testing site starting tomorrow. Anieli Ruiz has details.
That's right. Starting tomorrow, the free testing site at Minute Maid will be open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Governor Greg Abbott announced the partnership between the Astros and the Texas Department of Emergency Management. Abbott said the site will be able to process up to 2,000 tests a day. They'll have 8 drive-through testing lanes and 4 walking testing lanes. Spanish-speaking staff will be available on site. No healthcare provider is required for the test administration. This partnership comes as Harris County Judge Lina Hidalgo announced a surge in testing available from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Tuesdays at Cy-Fair ISD Stadium and from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays at San Jacinto College Central in Pasadena. The new site also comes at a time when both the Houston Health Department and the Harris County Public Health report a decrease in the numbers of people going to get tested. But our positivity rate is still high, 17.05%. If you would like to book an appointment, you can head to our website for those details. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Anieli. COVID-19 isn't the only thing you have to worry about. Flu season is approaching, and Governor Abbott is encouraging you to get your flu shot as soon as possible. He made that plea during a Dallas meeting with health leaders as well as state lawmakers. The governor said he worries it could lead to a spike in hospitalizations, what he called a prolific flu season, with patients with the flu right alongside those who are battling COVID-19.
If Texans can continue the disciplined practice of all the safe practices that will reduce and slow the spread of COVID-19, it will also reduce and slow the spread of the flu.
CDC says it is possible. The CDC says it is possible to get both the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. Just a heads up, the vaccine for the flu is usually available in early September.
Randy, thank you. At 6:03 now for the day's other big stories, starting with the bodies of 2 men found inside 2 different trucks.
Authorities checking on one traffic accident apparently end up solving 2 deadly mysteries. Freeport police were pulling this gray pickup out of a marshy culvert. and found 44-year-old David Ellison from Katy inside. His wife says he had not returned from a fishing trip. Then, authorities spotted this blue pickup partially submerged and found a second body. The GMC Sierra belongs to 79-year-old Joe McMillian from Carthage. He's been missing since May and had some dementia.
It's been 1 year since David Temple was found guilty of the 1999 murder of his pregnant wife, Belinda Lucas Temple, but he's still in jail waiting to be sentenced. It's one of many cases being delayed by the pandemic.
The Army wants to find out what's causing violent acts and crimes on Fort Hood, like the murder of Houston specialist Vanessa Guillen. Army Secretary Ryan McCarthy says Fort Hood has the most cases for sexual harassment, sexual assault, and murder in the Army. The Army is rolling out Project Inclusion, which hopes to address some of these issues, as well as the lack of diversity, discrimination, and suicide.
A community rallies after vandals cut up colorful yard signs. Julie Everts and Amy Oros own a sign business in Kingwood. Vandals left behind $900 worth of damage. When the community found out, they bought signs and even donated to their GoFundMe account. And a blowout win for the Rockets against the Lakers. James Harden scored 39 points. Final score 113-97. The Rockets face the Kings Sunday night. And those are the big stories on this Friday morning.
The National Rifle Association faces a major fight, and Texas could be part of this equation. So it started with New York filing a lawsuit to dissolve the NRA, citing years of self-dealing and illegal conduct that violates New York's charities laws and undermines its own mission. The lawsuit argues that the nonprofit's leaders basically used one of the most powerful organizations in the country as a personal piggy bank, spending money on trips to the Bahamas, safaris in Africa, private jets, expensive meals, and other private travel. For example, CEO Wayne LaPierre is accused of spending more than $3.6 million on luxury black car services and travel consultants just in the past 2 years. In response to this lawsuit, President Trump called it a terrible thing and suggested the NRA move to Texas and lead a beautiful life here.
Texas would be a great place, or to another state of their choosing. But I would say that Texas would be a great place and an appropriate place for the NRA.
Of course, the NRA weighed in with a statement calling the lawsuit a baseless, premeditated attack and a transparent attempt to score political points ahead of the 2020 election. It wrapped up by saying our members won't be intimidated or bullied. Steph?
Brandy, thank you. The holiday that celebrates wearing masks may not happen this year because of COVID-19. Janelle Bluda connects the dots.
Kids, candy makers, and communities are all coming to a scary realization. Halloween may have to be canceled this year. Let's connect the dots. Before anyone gets really upset, we want to make clear Halloween has not been canceled yet. But the challenges are downright frightening. The global coronavirus pandemic is looming large over the annual autumn event. Health departments are expected to issue guidelines for how to stay safe, but some warn you may want to find ways to celebrate that minimizes contact with people outside your household. That could make trick-or-treating pretty tough. And that does more than disappoint kids. Several industries rely on the spooky celebration to make the majority of their money. Everyone from candy makers to costume suppliers to haunted houses. Last year, Americans were estimated to spend close to $9 billion on Halloween. This year is really anybody's guess, but candy makers told the Wall Street Journal they plan on making less Halloween-themed products so they don't get stuck with a bunch of unsold leftovers. And before the pandemic, many were anticipating a huge holiday. That's because Halloween not only falls on a Saturday this year, there will also be a full moon, perfect for scaring up extra treats. Connecting the dots, I'm Janelle Bluda for H-Town Rush.
All right, Janelle, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully they'll make a decision on that before parents buy the costumes. Meanwhile, for the latest on COVID-19, you can text the word FACTS to 713-526-1111, and we'll send you a link with information. Let's head to Cheetah now for a look at the one thing.
All right, the one thing you need to know in weather, we are dealing with an air quality alert today. This is for Harris, Brazoria, Galveston County, and that means that there's added ozone. So with that being said, you'll see that added pollution in the form of a little bit of a haze during your sunset. And this can be bad for sensitive groups of people. So if you have an underlying respiratory illness, sometimes even asthma, you can start to notice this. It's a little bit difficult to head outside to breathe. And so you may want to keep it inside. Now, if this hasn't bothered you in the past, and maybe it won't today, we will talk more about the heat, humidity, and our daily rain chance coming up in about 6 minutes, Steph.
Cheetah, thank you. 6:09 is your time now. Burying a loved one is painful enough. Now there's a new warning about paying for a funeral ahead of time. What one family wants you to know so you don't waste your money. Texas Tech fires their women's basketball coach overnight. Details on what happened.
If you need someone to talk to right now, I have a number for you. I'm Tiffany Craig. It's toll free, 833-986-1919. That's the mental health support line from the Texas Health and Human Services Agency. You can call anytime. It's available 24/7.